Good evening, comrades. This is part 3 of the commandment to love. Part 3 of the commandment to love in the African struggle. And I left off with great men and great messages, and great people have emerged to rise to the occasion in the most darkest hours in the land of the living. Whether it was famine and drought, whether it was rain and thunder, whether it was poverty, smitten down, whether it was murder, God's message and God's program still continued. And he delivered messages through men who rose to the occasion to deliver those messages of judgment, messages of hope, messages of liberation for the soul of man, and then many times the nation of that man. And he has not ceased to raise men and women to answer that call according to whatsoever he purposed. In many of my previous topics, we talked a lot about what is our role when we're in bondage. What is our role when we're in slavery? And the ultimate answer to that was to liberate, to free, to seek to get to higher ground in the midst of sorrow and doom and gloom. So let's continue. In the midst of Egypt, there was Moses. In the midst of Egypt, there was Joseph. In the midst of the Americas, there was Garvey. In the midst of the Americas, there was Hope. There was Malcolm. And I'm not going to sit up here and argue with you about Malcolm being a Muslim, Garvey being a Garveyite, King being a Christian. The thing is, the message that God had for the people to lift them up out of those situations was in those men. Whether they had a personal relationship with God or not, they had a message that was better than the message, nigga, get down in the bottom of that boat. Nigga, get in that cotton field. Nigga, jump. Nigga, dance. Nigga, sing. Nigga, cry. Nigga, clap. It was better than that message. So some of our greatest have risked their lives showing love to the hated, showing hope to the hopeless, uplifting them. When they cried, they had joy. You can't know what it means to be happy until you've been sad. You can't know what it means to laugh until you have cried. And you can't know what it means to feel good in your body when your body's ridden with pain. Egypt was mighty. America was mighty. South Africa was mighty. The British Empire was mighty. But usually a single message of a messenger brought them to their knees. Now, going back to the commandment of love. Greater love than no man than to lay down his life for his friend or for his fellow man. The tree that beareth forth, in Matthew 17:20, it says, a tree that beareth forth no fruit shall be hewn down and cast into the fire. So what is your fruits of your labor? Do you act like the Good Samaritan? Or do you act like that priest and that Levite that I talked about in part 1 and part 2? Do you act like that rich man during Bible's Lazarus? Do you act like that rich man? Or do you move with compassion on the Bible's Lazarus? Do you look down on your people? Do you disconnect with Africa? When God created you in that, and you are the people that will be able to restore such a place. You got a problem with there being poverty in the land? Bring in something and do something about it. You got a problem with little girls being pimped out? Bring in something and give them some kind of refuge. You got a problem with people getting no money when they're working and they in like a slave system where they're not getting paid? Open up industry and employ them yourself. If you can't go against them, do something alongside of it that is right so they can compare. Empower them with hope. Give them light in a dark world. Be the salt of the earth. Preserve your people. Understand that they're not as refined as every other African who has escaped or who has made material wealth and has prospered, but they're still part of the family. They're still part of the sheepfold. And if you can't see that, you're blind. And if you show wickedness and ill will toward my brothers that are struggling, you're a tree that bears not forth fruit, and you will be hewn down and you will be cast into the fire. I don't have a good message for you. I have a message that, and this is just a spirit that's on me, that you need to repent. You need to turn from that wicked heart of yours and that wicked mind and that enslaved, ingratiating Uncle Tom bootlicking spirit of yours. Condescending Levite priest, no good, non-Samaritan, toting, walking down the street, hating, eyes filled with hatred against your brother. Oh, nothing is for you. But hell, you might have your riches at this time and you might have your rejoicing at this time. But tears and mourning are coming for you down the road. Not many days hence. Now, let me conclude. This is part 3, and this is the end of the commandment of love. The commandment to love yourself, to love your neighbor as yourself. Love the Lord thy God, and in doing one, you show that you're doing the other one. You show your love toward God by that you can't see, by the love that you demonstrate by your brother that you can see every day. And it proves that you have a love for the invisible God. I'll give you a test question, you audience out there. Can you love something that you've never seen? You say, I can't love God that I've never seen. Can you love anything that you've never seen? Sure you can. That's what a mother does when she has a baby in her stomach. Especially before modern technology, she wasn't able to know or see that baby, but she knew that baby was there. And she begins to love it in how she treats herself, how she treats her body, how she feeds herself, how she watches how she travels and how she moves about day to day. She's showing love to that baby. The husband or the father showing love to something they have not seen. So you don't see everything in order to love it. You can love things you cannot see. You can love a God that you cannot see. And the way you love that God is the way you treat his creation and the way you treat his people and the way you see his people. Like I said, you can be a hater passively. You can be a hater actively. You can go out and lynch people. You can go out and kill them. You can go out and blow brothers' brains out because you hate niggas. You can go do all of that. But you can also not do those things and still hate them. You can be passive. You can let other things, you can let ill will fall on them. You can let them run into danger because you don't care. You're passive about it. You're still a hater. You can give them misinformation. You can mislead them. You can misguide them because you hate them. You can indoctrinate them, pastors, with crap because you don't really love them. You don't really love the sheep. You can indoctrinate them with and misguide them because you don't really love them. No, you're not lynching them. No, you're not blowing their brains out at traffic stops. No, you're not racially profiling them, but you're miseducating them, you're indoctrinating them, you're lying to them. You're a hater too. And any fruit tree that's not bearing forth fruit, whether you're a pastor, whether you're a congressman, whether you're a president, whether you're executive director, your fruit will find you out and you will also be cast down in the fire. So you say, brother soldier, that's hellfire. You preaching, whatever you want to call it, hellfire, fire hell, spit fire, fire prophet, whatever you want to call it, call it. But the commandment is love. The commandment means that you can decide not to love. But the commandment is to love yourself. Love your neighbor as yourself. Do to people as you would have them do unto you. The way you want to be treated, treat them like that. The way you want to be thought about, think about them that way. If they are wrong and they're dirty and they're crooked, your love will not accept that in them. Your love does not promote it. Your love does not condone it. Your love will correct it, or either you will stay away from them kind of people. You can withdraw yourself from wicked people. So there's ways to deal with life. So life is very, very complex, very, very people from different walks. But I'm speaking, this message is mainly to the diaspora and those in North America and those all in Europe and UK and all Africans around the world that are separated from the continent, and those on the continent that are doing ill will to their own people. Judgment is on us. And the only thing we can do is turn from our wicked ways and turn towards love. Love the continent. There's people that move to the continent that aren't even African and that live on the continent. And you got Chinese, you got Lebanese, you got different races coming on the continent living. And then you got the African so-called slave descendant in America who wants to disconnect, don't have nothing to do with the continent, but you have other races and other nations coming to Africa to live. I find that very interesting. You self-hating, misinformed, and misguided, lost individual. Foolish. Foolish. Come on back home. You don't have to physically come. Just get your mind and your heart right. And as I tell everybody in some of these other videos, prepare to meet your maker. Prepare to meet your creator. Get your heart right. Do right by your fellow man and prepare to make that transition into the next life. And you want to stand and you want to go correct. You want to stand right. Don't go out of here with that hate in your heart. And if they misguided you, it's your responsibility to go and learn and seek truth. Go find it out for yourself. Even if you come over and you see something ugly, doesn't mean that it's wrong, that that you might have a place, then that means that the laborers are few, but the harvest is great. Okay, so you need to do your part, put your work in, quit criticizing, shut your mouth, live to see another day. God bless you, God keep you. Until then, we'll have another topic for you. Peace.